People that play 5 copies or maybe like 2 more Richards basically. I feel like it's just way too much because there's better cards that you can play over that, and I don't really think that you'd be wanting to burn all your CBs through Ben on that turn because you can be going for multi-attack plays with Twin Sword and Blue. So that's why I'm choosing, instead of the other like 5-6 copies of Miron, I'm going with 2 more Barkle, and then 4 copies of Miron. I've seen a lot of people that play 5 copies or maybe like 2 more Richards basically. I feel like it's just way too much because there's better cards that you can play over that, and I don't really think that you'd be wanting to burn all your CBs through Ben on that turn because you can be going for multi-attack plays with Twin Sword and Blue. So that's why I'm choosing, instead of the other like 5-6 copies of Miron, I'm going with 2 more Barkle, just because it's a nice early booster for Lu, and it still makes some really nice plays, swinging 19 early game or just having the extra 28k lane on a Sanctuary Guard stride. It's just so good. And moving on to our triggers, we're playing one of the most aggressive decks in the game, so you want to be playing 8 crits. There's no question. You like, draws are good also in this deck since it is kind of combo oriented. But the whole point of this deck is that even if you have to run with triggers and drop like a poop column, Sanctuary Guard fixes that for you, because even if you have a full field of grade 1s, you're giving plus 15,000 to the front row. It's insane. And then if you add that on top of all your crits you're running in the deck, your opponent might just get punched in the face and not even expect it. Like, sometimes you think you're going to lose and you win. 4 of them, of course, being Artanis, because it's free soul and extra draws if you are on the Ultimate stride. And then 4 of the Beast Flogel. It's insane what this card can do. It can provide so much multi-attacks for the Blaster Blades. It's really strong on the Sanctuary turns and also your Ultimate turns. It's basically one of the best finishers in this deck. And then lastly, we got 4 heals. I'm going with the Seeker Loving Healer because I like the art. You can bash on it, but whatever. Elaine's cool too, but I just like this one better. And our starter is, of course, Milius. He's going to go ahead and grab us that grade 2. I've tried other starters. I just felt like this was best. I know that there was the other variant that had like Wingle Brave in it. The deck had to change a lot because you needed more blasters in order to get Wingle Brave off. It was still really good. But Milius is just all around better because if you're really that much in a pinch with 4 CB, you can make like pretty epic plays. Moving on to our G zone, we are playing 3 copies of Holy Dragon Sanctuary Guard Regalier. This is just basically a card that should be restricted to 1 or 2. It's just so strong. It's really stupid. Essentially, just getting super power lanes for pretty much no cost is just ridiculous. It makes your multi-attack plays so strong because it's a continuous skill. So no matter what you'll be calling during the battle phase, it's still going to be getting that plus 3k. This is basically the stride that you want to be going into almost all the time if you have this set up right. And then after that, we got 4 copies of Aerial Divine Knight Ultimile. Ultimile is just, it's so good because it's so free. You get to call whatever grade 2 you need as long as that GB2 is active for him. Ideally, the play you want to do is the Blaster Blade Flogel play if you do have Flogels in there. What I like to do, if you know your deck is low, full of triggers, you just call out all your Flogels, you grab the Blaster Blade with Ultimile, and you swing with the whatever 32,000 Blaster Blade as long as you pass all the triggers to it. Though that's imagining if you pass 3 triggers, which is just godlike. And then after following that, we got 4 copies of Holy Dragon Saint Blow Dragon. I see a lot of people running this only at 2 or not running it at all, which is weird because your control matchups, this guy is going to carry the team. You know, Link Joker, for example, is one that's just, you want to be able to swing with something, with some kind of pressure, because you can't be going to Sanctuary Guard Regaliers with 1 rear guard on board. It's not going to work like that. Saint Blow, at least if you have 2 rear guards, you're going to get at least some kind of pressuring stride attack, so you do get that 1 crit. So that does help a ton. I don't know why people run Seabreeze. This is like not even a Generation Break deck really. If you need to Seabreeze, you just go early game rushing. Your limit break plays with Sanctuary Guard are probably going to be weird because you're so strong. It's really plays so strong. And then after that, we got 4 copies of Aerial Divine Knight Ultimile. Ultimile is just, it's so good because it's so free. You get to call whatever grade 2 you need, 32,000. I pressure because it attacks, so you get to Seabreeze on like a counterboss to Stride Vanilla. It doesn't really make sense, at least to me. And next, I'm running 1 copy of the new Blazing Sword Fides. I actually really like this card. I used to run Gabblade instead, but essentially he is the replacement, only because, you know, he doesn't have to hit. It replaces whatever card you have in your hand, simply to get another grade 2. If the grade 2 is Brave ability, you get to draw another card. But ideally, if you really need to go into fights, most likely you're having, you're opening like poop. You don't have a board or whatever. So this lets you call out, your Twin Sword. This lets you call out your Benon into a full column, so you can plus off that. It's just really good where you can set up a board with, no cost. And it's not like on attack either, so it doesn't mess with, I don't know if they're going to sweep your back row already with the Defeat Flare that early. But this is, I feel like, a really good tech card instead of the Gab Blade, since it doesn't have to hit. And then moving on to G Guards, I'm running 2 copies of Laser Guard Dragon. Laser Guard is great. It's just a free 31 shield, or 21 shield, I'm sorry. 21 shield if you're able to get that grade 2 on the board. And what's nice is that it's a plus 5k that is like on place. So as long as you have the grade 2, you get the 5k. And then after that, if you don't have enough shield, you can just intercept with the 5k you just did. So you're not going to lose that extra 5k shield. And then I got 1 copy of Metal Element Screw for the control matchups and guard restrict decks like DP, and then the 1 copy of Dismal. This is really going to protect our Twin Sword from loose. Those are basically our most important grade 2s. What I felt like changing maybe was dropping either the Laser Guard just for flipping it for another Dismal. I haven't tested enough, to know which one is really better. I feel like double Dismal would be good, but 2 Laser Guards is just really free also for those easy 21s. Thanks for watching, guys. That was our Sanctuary Guard deck profile. Let me know what you guys think of it down below. There hasn't been a lot of changes because the new set didn't give a lot of support for the Sanct Guard. I think really the best card that was improved was changing the ability to change out Gab Blade into Fides. I think that Fides is a great utility stride, and I think it's even better in a Brave deck, which is kind of sad because Brave is totally poop. But it's still a nice utility stride to add into an already powerful deck. So like I always say, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below, like our videos, and subscribe for more content. Vanguard Central, out.
That will serve me well.
Hey guys, Artanis once again, and I'm just doing a follow-up video to the GTD09 True Zodiac Timepiece unboxing that I did. So I just want to go over the deck that I put together based off of the trial deck. So this deck can be purchased pretty much for $28. Everything is trial deck except for 2 cards. And there are some other tweaks I'd like to make to it, but just for now, this is what I came up with. So as for the starter, Chronodran, and I won't go over their skills because I did that in the unboxing video. So if you haven't seen the unboxing video, there'll be a link in the description for that. So, Chronodran G for the starter. 4 copies of Chrono Jet Dragon G and 4 copies of Chrono Fang Tiger G. Then I run 4 Chrono Beat Buffalo, the 11k attack guy. 4 Chrono Claw Monkey, and he's kind of like a powerhouse as well. He gets 5,000. And 3 copies of Chrono Spin Serpent, just vanilla 10k grade 2. 4 of the trial deck Perfect Guards, Chronothos Jackal 4 of, and 4 Steam Sniper Lishma.
Capture this mercenary camp.
Hello guys, welcome to today's video that is about tattoo consultations. Things to think about before you go there, things to think about when you actually go there, and questions you might want to ask the artist. Since I am not a tattoo artist and only a person who actually gets tattoos, I only know one side of the story. So I asked my tattoo artist Artanis if he would like to give me some comments on what he expects from people who come to tattoo consultations as well. So some of these points are from the tattoo artist's perspective and some are from the customer's perspective, which is me in this case. So let's just get started with the first part, which is what to think about before arriving at a tattoo consultation. The first thing and the most important is do your research of the artist. There's no point in coming to an artist and asking them to create a tattoo completely out of their comfort zone because it's not going to result in a great tattoo. So check their Instagram, check tattoo magazines or homepages or anything like that, and you'll get an idea of what the artist actually can do. Number two is try to have a vision of what you want to get done because tattoo artists can't really read. So it's completely up to you to prepare the material you need to explain what it is you want to get tattooed. And that can be anything from just thinking it out in your mind, usually with words, or maybe draw something up, or find reference pictures if you want to bring, just so you can communicate what tattoo you want the artist to create. Another thing that you can do is write a list of questions or things you want to incorporate if you tend to forget things, or maybe get nervous at tattoo consultations. Just write everything up so you know beforehand what you want to talk about when you actually get there. The third thing is a tip from me personally, and that is that I usually pick tattoo artists whose art I want on my body. So sometimes when I go to artists to tell them what I want to get done, I bring reference pictures of their own tattoos that they have made, so that I can kind of explain to them what aspects of their aesthetics that I really like, so that they easily can communicate and they can get an understanding of what part of their art that I appreciate, and that might make communicating about a new piece much easier. Number four is that the artist might ask for a deposit when they create custom designs, so that if you kind of back out, the work that they have put into it will not be completely wasted. So make sure you find out what that deposit is, typically for your artist, so you don't show up empty. Number five might sound very obvious, but it's very important, and that is be on time. Personally, I find it extremely disrespectful to be late to things, especially something like this, where you're asking someone else to do work for you. So make sure you give yourself plenty of time to get to the studio or wherever you're going for the consultation. So, when you arrive at the consultation, do not micromanage. If you try to control every single small detail in the tattoo, it can lead to a poor tattoo. Your artist hopefully has an idea of what the concept will look like when it's finished, so trust them when it comes to the minor detailed parts. Number two is come alone. Bringing 10 friends along that all want their say about the design and what looks good and what doesn't can make even the most experienced tattoo artist feel very stressed and irritated. And that's not really what you want them to feel when they work with you. So it's impossible to make a design that's 10 people's cup of tea. And the only person whose opinion actually matters is yours. So show up alone, make it easy for yourself and the artist, and don't bring your entire entourage. Another thing is that you should not ever be afraid to disagree with your artist and tell them if they're heading in the completely wrong direction. But you should also be respectful of their expertise. If they give you advice and say that something might not translate well into a tattoo, then you really should listen to them. Number four, on the what to do when you show up at a consultation, is that there's absolutely nothing wrong with asking a tattoo artist how long a tattoo might take, and also how much it might cost in the end, because that's something you need to know. But then again, you can only approximately guess how long something will take, because things might affect it, such as taking breaks, or perhaps like passing out because of the pain, or maybe you just had a really bad day and you cannot stand the pain anymore, and all of that jazz. So when you ask for how long something will take, it is a guess, it is an estimation. As an artist, you can't promise anything. But you can always ask to get the idea of the time that it takes. And the last thing goes for kind of after the consultation, when the tattoo artist finally draws up the design for you. For me, usually I get to design about a week before my appointment, where I get to say, do I like it, do I not like it? And you shouldn't feel pressured to approve the design right away, because creative processes might take time, and you might have to go back and forth a little. But the better you are at explaining to the artist what it is you like and communicating what kind of tattoo you want, the shorter that process will be. For me, usually the first try is perfect, or there are some minor things that I want to change, maybe make the design a little bit different somehow. But if it takes more than one time back and forth to fix some things, maybe you should look over how you explain to the artist what you want, because clearly the communication is not working flawlessly. Figure out what it is you like, what you don't like, and then communicate it to the artist, and hopefully the next time it will be exactly what you want it to be. So these are some things that you should really take into consideration when you're going to a tattoo consultation. So don't be scared when going to a tattoo consultation. Just make sure that you are prepared when you get there, that you communicate your ideas in a good way so that the artist understands you. Big thanks to my artist Jack for helping me out and giving me some input on this video. Link to his Instagram in the description below. Hopefully he will finish my Game of Thrones sleeve very soon. I don't know when, but we got some stuff left to do on this arm, and I look forward to getting it done. I hope you found this a little bit helpful at least, and best of luck to you. The Swedish word of the day is consultation. Swedish word for consultation is konsultation. Don't forget to subscribe and got my links below to keep up to date on everything that I do. I'm making a super duper one, guys. I will see you later.
I see.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to today's video! I can't even smile because my brain is so tight. Since I got a tattoo very recently, just a few days ago, I thought I would make this video while it's fresh in my memory. Today's subject is how to manage and deal with the pain of getting tattooed. What you need to know before watching this video is that pain is different for everyone. So I'm going to talk out from my own experiences, what works for me and what doesn't work for me. And this does not have to go for you, but if you're getting a tattoo and it's gonna hurt really bad, then maybe these tips are worth trying out at least to see if they actually do help you. And if not, no harm done. Personally for me, when I get tattooed in my legs or in my arms, what I can do is to kind of isolate the area that's getting tattooed. So if I'm getting a tattoo on my arm, it's pretty easy for me to remember and remind myself that it's just my arm hurting. My body, my rest of my body is not hurting. So I usually just chop off the area or the limb that's getting tattooed, and I focus on isolating it from the rest of my body so everything does not hurt. However, when you're tattooing your torso or your chest, there's no way of isolating that because it is your body. It is in the middle of your body, and you can't really think away a piece that is basically connecting all the other pieces of your body. So that is what I find really difficult with getting this main area tattooed. Another thing that's a bitch when you're getting your main body part tattooed is that you have to lay down and you have to lay stretched. For anyone out there who has had bad period cramps or anything like that, if something really hurts, you want to be in a fetal position, cramped together, you do not want to stretch out. And the same goes for tattoos, that when you're getting tattooed and you're lying stretched out, all you really want to do is just cramp together and be like, get the pain away, but you can't. And that's another thing that's a major bitch when tattooing that area. So the first tip is basically to try to isolate the area if you can, but if you can't, this tip is completely useless. The second tip, or the second thing that some people might want to do, is squeeze something, like have a teddy bear or someone's hand and squeeze it really hard, or bite down on something. And this might work to a certain extent. However, when you bite down on something or when you squeeze something really hard, you tense up. Not only the part that you're squeezing tenses up, but your entire body tenses up, and that makes you kind of focus on the pain even more. And no matter how difficult it might be, tensing up will make it worse. During half of my lower stomach tattoo that I got a few days ago, I just couldn't, my brain was not like strong enough, my blood sugar was low, I hadn't had a snack in a long time, and all I could do was really like just tense up my entire body and try to like really just suffer through the pain. But it did really make it worse, because when I caught myself doing this, I decided to try to just relax. And when I was laying there relaxing, it did not hurt as bad. It still hurt, of course it still hurt really, really bad. But when you relax, I was like thinking like, this is temporary, and feel the pain and feel the line that's being tattooed, and then it will be over, and just relax, and that makes it many times easier to deal with, in my opinion, than when you tense up and squeeze something or bite down on something. So really, really, really do try to relax. So what's going through my mind in the darkest times where it hurts so bad that I don't know what to do? The absolute worst thing I personally can think is like, I don't want to do this anymore, I hate this fucking sucks, I miss my puppy, I miss my boyfriend. Those are the worst thoughts that I can think while getting tattooed, because that makes me almost want to cry, because it's never gonna fucking end. I try to stay away from those thoughts as much as possible, but sometimes, as I said, when blood sugar is low, when I don't feel psyched about it, you kind of slip into those dark places, but you really should try to get out of it as soon as possible. Another thing that I found myself thinking a lot during the last tattoo was just like, it's not dangerous pain. This pain is not dangerous, I am not dying, and I just kept repeating that over and over and over again. To kind of, I don't know if it works or not, it might be placebo, I have no idea. But it feels like I'm trying to convince my brain not to send out like, SOS, you're fucking dying over here, signals to my body. If I try to like really tell my brain that I am okay, it feels like it's easier to just accept the pain, feel the pain, and just take it and then move on. It might sound really like weird and mumbo jumbo crap, but when it comes to dealing with pain, you really have to do whatever works for you. I have tried a few times to kind of listen to music or to watch series or do like be on my phone or whatever while getting tattooed, and that works for me up to a certain point. When I can be on my phone, when I can watch series, when I can listen to music or whatever, that's the time when the pain is overall manageable, which means that I might as well not be on my phone or watch series on my computer or whatever. So if the pain is bearable enough for me to be able to do those things, then I don't technically need those things to cope with the pain. But once again, if you want to try to distract yourself in any way and that works for you, then big thumbs up, do that. Last but not least, we have a thing that's pretty much insane. Another one of these, do whatever the fuck needs to be done to cope with this and get the tattoo finished. But that was to fake laugh and fake enjoy the pain and getting tattooed. And I probably wouldn't do this unless my friend was tattooing me, or the person tattooing me was my friend. But I was lying there, fake laughing. Yeah! Perfect! So nice! That was a great line! I loved it! Oh my god! Yeah, more shading! Woo! And it really did help. It really, really did. And that's the extreme of keeping a positive mindset and not slipping into these dark thoughts of I'm not gonna be able to make this. That was the only thing that could make me survive the last part without killing my friend, because fuck, it was hurting so bad. But these are some of the different ways that I cope with the pain of getting tattooed. The pain is so extremely temporary, and you can definitely do this. You can do way more in your brain things that you can do. And from a tattoo artist perspective, I'm not a tattoo artist, but like, it's very important that you try to remain as still as possible. Because if you start twitching, if you start moving, if you start jerking off, it's gonna fuck up the tattoo and make it really difficult for your artist, which by default will make it take even longer. So I'm not going to guarantee that any of these tips will work for you, but if you're getting a tattoo anytime soon, then it might be worth thinking about. Try to relax and try to just sit through it. Stay away from painkillers before getting tattooed, stay away from alcohol before getting tattooed, and make sure you eat. Eat food, because if you're feeling faint, if you're feeling weak, then the pain will be so much worse. So I hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions or anything, comment below and I'll try to answer them for you. Swedish word of the day is food. Swedish word of food is mat. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my links below to keep up to date on everything that I do. Until next time, have a super duper good one, guys. I will see you later. Goodbye. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to talk about a serious and fucked up subject, and that is tattoo stealing, basically. And I know beforehand that a lot of you, mainly probably the people that do not have tattoos that watch this video, might think just let it go and why do you even care and it's not a big deal and stuff like that. And I respect your opinion, but then there's no need for you to watch this video because you clearly just do not understand. And if you do want to understand, then hopefully this video can help you with that. The first time I came in contact with tattoo stealing was
I see. The shrine gathers power. Claim it in my name. Unleash the Punisher! Go now! It is destined. Forth, Punisher! Level the high heavens with your arcane power! Together we are strong. You favor